topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Camping Show. I'm C.W. Getz.
And I'm Bianca.
Good evening. It is Wednesday, May 25th, 2022, and it is a 78-degree cloudy evening here in north central Illinois. I have to apologize to our audience if there are anyone, if their audience is still out there, probably going, hell with these guys, man. They're not.
Yeah, maybe not. We might be broadcasting to the crickets today, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Or each other, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties. Our guest tonight was going to be Jillian Brown from Canada. And I don't know how many days ago it was, but I received a call from Jillian about a week ago explaining to me that her boyfriend had been in a serious motorcycle accident and he was, I believe, in a coma, and he has come out of that coma. And she has been spending a lot of time at that hospital. So that's where she was at tonight. They have not adequate Wi-Fi there. So she was on, but couldn't hear us. And I think we could hear her once, but we worked. And we said, it's 20 after. Let's do something. We said, hey, look, we don't have enough people to play a full baseball game, but we're going to show up to the playground just the same. So we'll do something. At least we're here, right? So how are you doing this evening, Bianca?
I'm doing pretty good, broadcasting from my home, which is nice.
That is your first broadcast from home.
Yes, in the comfort of home.
Got out of Club Dub's here studio, as we call it, the blow zone, as I call it. Hey, I'll tell you what let's do tonight. We'll do two things. And we'll try this first, a couple of options here. First of all, I think tonight it would be fun to field questions from our viewing audience and listening audience. Actually, it would be just viewing audience here. We'd like to hear, you got a question, ask us. If you want to bring up a point, make a discussion, let's do that. I've never done that kind of show. So I think that would be kind of fun. This goes back to the live radio show that I used to do. Cool. That was people would call in. Yeah, they'd go, hey, dude, that was always fun.
Yeah.
So in Mustang 774, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And yes, we will pass along your sentiments. Sorry to hear that. So
yes, definitely.
So Mustang, let's see who else is on here. If I can scroll through this here. Mustang 774. Hey, ask us a question, Mustang. We're ready for it.
Yes, ask away. If not, we might start asking you questions.
Yeah, that's right. And we got a little private chat here going on. And meet and greet with your producer. Yes. Hey, you know what? Roxy, why don't we see you real quick? Let's put you in the screen. And nothing else. I am going to. I always wanted to interview Bianca, so we could probably do that because I'm going to ask her some questions I've never been able to.
What's up, Roxy?
Hey!
What is your favorite outdoor activity? Let's do that. Bianca. Let's just say this is addressed to you. I'm sure it is. Mustang 774. What is your favorite outdoor activity?
Ooh. I would say floating.
It could be basketball. I mean, I don't know.
Floating.
What is it?
Definitely floating, like rafting, river rafting. Yeah,
does this involve alcohol or?
It can, yeah. It can involve alcohol. It can involve sobriety because you have to white knuckle down the river and have to be completely focused. But I like both. I like lazy river rafting and then like the hard stuff too.
What's the hard stuff?
What is the hard stuff?
Yeah, right.
Wait a minute, are you talking about the hard stuff like the difficult river or the difficult whitewater? Are you talking about the hard stuff?
I would say the level of difficulty.
That could have been taken both ways, and
definitely coming from me.
And the hard stuff. I'm not a hard stuff guy with the liquor, but with the whitewater, I have done that, and paid for that at one point,
Nice.
but
Yeah.
almost paid with my life. But yeah. So, is there anything else?
Your occasional hike. I love hiking, so I like to get out weekly and do it if the weather allows for it. I love to go hiking. I'm by Starved Rock State Park in Matheson State Park, so that's pretty cool. I get to go out there as much as I can. I was there on Sunday. I believe we did a couple of
Yeah.
trails, and
I hear about you hiking a lot, and that's interesting because I mean that's very cool. I didn't know you to be a hiker before we started doing the show, so that's very cool.
yeah, definitely started hiking when I moved out here in 2018.
Yeah, very cool. Corey Rummel, go ahead and read that for us if you can, Bianca.
I'm taking my nephews to Baldwin, Michigan for some rafting down Pine River this upcoming weekend. Ooh, and that'll be a nice weekend for it.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend coming up. So you get Monday off, which will be nice.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend is bringing a lot to offer, huh?
This is true. This is true. I'm not familiar with the Pine River. Either of you?
No.
Not been there.
Baldwin, Michigan. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I've been to places in Michigan, but I've not been on the Pine River. Floating and rafting sounds fun. Absolutely. And Bianca, by the way, so I don't know if you, and I'm just going to, this is like personal stuff. We'll have a personal conversation here. I messaged you about canoeing this weekend. Is that going to be open for you? Are you going to be?
No, floating? I'll be in St. Louis actually. And you know what? It's funny. We've got so much rain this week and it's perfect for rafting.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But my fiance turns 35. So we're seeing a ball game Friday night and then going to City Museum Saturday and going to get some barbecue and have ourselves a good old time. Ballpark.
Happy birthday to
great.
Happy birthday to Kyle. Pass that along. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bianca, we're gonna have to meet up because I'm only a couple hours from St. Louis. So
okay. Heck yeah, we might just have to.
That's hilarious.
It'll be a party.
Hike with Mike. Hey, folks, and Corey Rummel, beautiful river. Yeah, I maybe I need to check this. Maybe I don't think I've been on the Pine River. I'm pretty sure I would remember that, but yeah. Roxy, what's your favorite outdoor activity? It has to involve reptiles, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, I am in the reptile business, snakes, lizards, and all that good jazz. But, I used to do outdoor paintball. So that's always been one of my favorite things to do.
Wow.
And then as well as fishing. And I love to get out on a boat and just fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm a horrible fisherman. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, we fish." The only thing that I have done with any degree of luck has been bow fishing. And it's just easier. Yeah. I have a target.
Why is that easier?
Well, because you have a target. I don't just sit there and wait for someone else. It's like kind of like I'm able to, I guess, initiate that whole thing. I'm in charge. I have the, and I don't know. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for a fish, and I'm not good at patience.
You don't seem like a very patient person, CW.
Not with things like that. I have patience for certain things, but not that. I'm not just.
So that's where you got to go with jig or fly. Fly fishing's a lot.
Yeah, I go with the buzz bass. The buzz bass works for me. That's a little.
What kind of fish you catch, Roxy?
I love catching crappie. So crappie, wherever you're at. I might say it differently. And then of course bass, smallmouth, largemouth, striped. Bass is always a great accomplishment to catch.
I can identify with crappie. I'm that kind of a fisherman. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm right up there with Bianca on the floating thing. I mean, that's always the best. And you have to have tunes.
Yeah.
Tunes.
I'm going to go with you on that one.
Yeah.
Music
therapy.
Yeah. And some Heineken, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what are these guys? Awesome Roxy, Mustang 774. Let's hike with Mike. Mike, you got any questions that you'd like to address our panel here this evening on the Outdoors is for Me channel?
I have a question. I want to talk weather. I noticed the weather has been super rainy lately in the region that I'm in. And I want to know how everybody kind of progresses into the weather and how they adapt. Do they go out in this rainy weather? Do they wait till it settles down? There's a lot of washouts. How do you adapt to the weather?
Yeah, let's hear people answer that. I will tell you something. When you are canoeing and you are on a canoe trip, you go out in the weather because you must, or you just stay at camp, I
Yes.
guess. But yeah, if you're waiting for a ride, if you're waiting for a float plane, or you're waiting for someone to pick you up, yeah, there is no waiting and hanging out at camp.
Corey Rummel says it's going to be my nephew's first time. Hopefully they enjoy it.
I'm
They
sure
should.
they will.
If not,
Yeah.
you can take me, Corey.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy something like that, you're not human.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Bianca, when you were in Chicago, where did you grow up exactly? You in the city or in the burbs?
No. So in the city. So that'll be the southwest side of the city.
So when you say I'm a city girl, you truly are a city girl.
Yes.
Yeah. And what side of the city were you on?
South.
South side.
Mhm.
A lot of Sox games. Yeah.
Yes. A
That's
lot.
cool. Yeah. That was the old stadium was the best. I'm not sure.
A lot of sports. If you're from Chicago, if you don't love sports, there's something wrong.
And what made you decide to get into because you are a professional broadcaster. I mean, that is what you do. How did you decide to get into broadcasting, by the way? Do you
That's
have
an
a
interesting
hero that you said,
question.
"Oh, I want to do that. I want to do it just like that person"?
No, actually, I didn't. I mean, I'm very impressed and admire journalists on TV and things like that. So I think that's kind of what I started to pursue too. And journalism is great. I love to write and I love to tell stories. So I love people. And I think that was my approach to it. And then kind of just throw my shot out there and see where it landed.
Nice. That sounds like I'm going to use that answer. I'm going to record it because that's going to be my response. Exactly what you just had. That's how I got it. Let me ask you this: when you went to broadcasting school, and that was how many years was that program?
4 years.
4 years. That's
Mhm.
a lot.
Yeah.
Did you now? What were your first? Well, you worked at WGN. Tell me a little bit about that experience, if you would.
Oh, that was really fun. So that was early mornings in the summer of 2017. And they still have their awesome morning show cast that they still do today, Larry and Robin as their news anchors. And it's a fun time. You know, they're serious and they get down to business, but at the end of the day, all of them, they love what they do. And they just have a really good time doing it. There's a lot of humor, a lot of elements to the show in general. My role specifically, I was a producer's assistant. So I would take a lot of the guests that were coming in for the show, a lot of bands, just a lot of different guests that they would have for different segments. And then just kind of do little odd jobs here and there for the reporters. I did some odd jobs for I'm blanking on his name. And I shouldn't be right now. Their movie critic.
Siskel and Ebert.
No, Dean Richards.
Oh, I know Dean Richards personally. He's from
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he's great. So I did a couple of stuff for him. This was when Spider-Man with Tom Holland, I believe the first movie, I think it was 2017.
Yeah.
So I went to, one of the Chicago theaters and interviewed the spokesperson for Dolby Atmos. So it's like the new sound systems that they had put into the theaters, all of the AMC theaters where it's got like this cool surround sound and, like the chairs start to vibrate with certain effects and things like that. So that was when the new technology
Dolby went a long way. They even incorporated them to vehicles.
Did they really?
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes.
I did not know that they had such a thing. So I live in a shoebox out here, but yeah, I did not know that they
Yeah. Yeah, so that's really cool. So that's just some of the fun stuff that we did. And WGN has their annual block parties in the summers. So they bring out the whole the neighborhood that the studio is from, and it's free for the kids and the parents, and they've got all of these games and stuff. So it's really fun. It was just a really fun summer.
Yeah, that sounds very cool. And that was just in 2017, that summer that you worked at GN.
Yes.
Did you ever get to get on the radio and go, and now we're going to hear from ABC band and they're playing their hit, blah, blah, blah. Did you get to do that?
No, unfortunately I didn't, but I got to dance with the coach for the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, wow.
He was, I believe that he was also on Dancing with the Stars at the time. So they had him as a guest. And so basically they corralled every woman in the studio at GN, you know, whether you'd produce or behind the scenes and all that stuff. And the interns, lucky me, also got to, and just kind of, he did a little spin with you on television. And, you know, that was
That's
yeah,
very cool. Very cool.
the fame.
Now, because now that's what you do. That is the term jock, as I remember Mr. Studstill called that, right?
Yeah,
The
jock.
on-air jocks, yeah. And that is what you do. You announce songs now, and of course many other things there. But what do you prefer?
So as far as
What do you prefer? Do you prefer like what you're doing now, or what you did maybe at WGN, or do you aspire to ever have your own talk show or anything like that? What do you?
I don't know. I'm just kind of going with the flow right now. I love what I do, and I love the new opportunity here that I get to have with you guys. So I'm just taking it as I go, and whatever opportunity comes my way, I'm just gonna take that as well. It's been pretty fun, and lots of stuff ahead in the future. So we'll see.
That's very cool. That's very cool, and a great attitude, by the way. Roxy, how did you get into this funny world of broadcasting and producing?
I've been in the radio business for almost 16 years now.
Wow.
Started out in this little online radio station and just grew from there. The first one I was at was a nonprofit organization. And yeah, I've been interviewing and DJing, being online personality, for a while now. And finally I got to become the behind the scenes gal. And I really like that as well.
Yeah. That's because you can stick your tongue out at people and no one sees you on the
exactly.
Love it. Fly birds, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know 16 years though.
Yep, it's been 16 going on 17 in January. It'll be 17 years. So
I did not know that. Well, that's quite a career. Yeah, I remember when Dean introduced you to me. He said, she's a pro. She's been in the business. I go, okay, great. That's fantastic. Nothing like working with people that know what they're doing, as opposed to like myself, who, half the time, like, oh, I'm learning, that sort of thing. Let's see. What do we got here? Mustang 774. Interesting career, Bianca. I would definitely agree with that. How about, let's see, hike with Mike. Bianca, can you see his comment there?
I can't. Not hike with. I hike and camp in all weather. Henry David Thoreau said, "There is no bad weather, only different types of weather." If you have that perspective, then weather does not matter to you.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm glad you got to read that because I would have stumbled with his last name. I apologize, but yeah, that's very good. That's French. It looks French.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I didn't have French.
I
had English, and I got D's in English. I'm joking.
Funny.
Yeah, and you tell from the way I talk. It's pretty cool to finally meet Roxy. I thought that would be fun. Let's just put Roxy on the screen here. Everybody hears her. Well, they don't even hear you. They just know that you exist somewhere in the background, I guess.
In the metaverse.
Yes.
It's always fun to see the people behind the like, oh, I never see these guys.
I'm not just digital, guys, I promise.
Well, you and Siri. Siri and Roxy.
Yeah. Right.
I love it. When did you move, Bianca? When did you move down to Hooterville, the Illinois Valley area?
2018.
2018. And what was the reason for? I mean, was it you just love Starve Rock and you couldn't get enough of that? I'm going to move closer to that place, right?
My fiance is here.
Okay. How did you guys meet? If you were in Chicago and he was
so he did modeling for a long time in Chicago and LA, New York. So his home base was Chicago, and he did a lot of runway and things like that for different charities and stuff, print. And so I met him at a charity event for an international model who unfortunately died of a brain tumor. So I was doing red carpet interviews with the Brain Tumor Association, just different guests, magazines, actors, things like that. And Kyle was a guest model judge. And yeah, we kind of hit it off from there.
That's pretty cool. I have met him, and he is a very handsome man. So good for you guys, both of you. I can definitely see him being a model. And that was in 2018. And you said
That would have been in 2015.
Oh, 2015. Oh, wow. Okay.
So yeah, and we hadn't started dating until a year after that. So we started dating in 2016.
So you did that long distance relationship for a while then, you in Chicago and he
Yeah.
down here. Yeah.
Yeah, because he eventually then moved back to Putnam County.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun, long distance relationships, isn't it?
It can be.
Mine's a little longer distance than yours, but yeah, in Ukraine of all places right now. But yeah, it can be a challenge. So, and by the way, how do you like this area compared to Chicago?
I love it. I love it. A lot more outdoor stuff to do, which is
Yeah.
nice. Hiking, fresh air, just country roads. It's really nice. Driving out here is different.
Country roads for sure.
I'd never drove in Chicago. I only got my license until I moved out here.
Oh, wow.
I never drove. I'd
Never had
just
to.
take the
Yeah.
train or bus, city stuff. So it's just really nice. It's really, really nice. It's I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Do you find the crime to be lower here in Hooterville than in Chicago?
Yeah, the crime is lower here. Just different types of stuff, just different things in different areas. So yeah,
We don't seem to have the shootings here that they have in Chicago and obviously now other places.
No, but we do have very interesting murders. So.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, like the Starved Rock one, or is that one you're referring to?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. Yeah, a lot that I've covered since I've moved here for my job, at the radio station. So a lot of just interesting stuff. You got small town level and.
Yeah, that's craziness.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Deliverance a little bit here, this small town. Roxy, you just did a move from Ohio to Missouri.
That is correct.
How do you like Missouri now?
It's the most incredible thing I've done so far. So Ohio, with my fishing, Ohio is overpopulated. There was wildlife officers everywhere checking your ID and making sure that you had your license and all that, ruining your trips.
Yeah.
And out here, when you go fishing, you don't see anybody.
That is like Deliverance.
Refreshing. It's refreshing to go experience the river, the creek, the mountains. I'm out in the Ozarks right now, and it's gorgeous. And even just a drive, I live off of a dirt gravel road. Even just my drive home is amazingly beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I bet it's so scenic. Ozarks is on my list of bucket places to go, and I just it's nice.
Ozarks are cool. They are cool. You ever hear any banjos down there, Roxy? Or
just a lot of gunshots. Just a lot of gunshots.
Right? Yeah, there were gunshots in Deliverance too.
Boar season is 24/7. So
what is that? What's
boar season? Boar season's 24/7.
Oh,
so.
right. Yeah, those things are kind of mean. I hear. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they get broody, I'm sure, this time of year.
Yeah. Says Corey Rummel, CW. How was the drum thing over the previous weekend? It was profitable. And it was kind of fun. I met some people. Roxy said, "You look like you're having a great time." I said, "I always enjoy making a little money, especially on the weekends."
I love those Pert drums.
Yeah. The Neil Peart stuff. Yeah. And I haven't sat on a drum kit in. It's been some time. It's been some time. And I actually did that little beginning to 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Bianca, do you know that song? Paul Simon.
I believe so.
Yeah,
no, I'm going through my head on our different radio stations.
Yeah, right.
Plays that. Yeah,
that would be on 100.9, I believe.
That would have been on 98.5, the Streeter station.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. And wait a minute, you have what is it? No, it would have been okay for me. It would have been 106.1, right? Would it have been on there? Maybe?
Maybe.
Corey and the drum thing was a lot of fun. Met a lot of cool people there. The last one I was at, Bun E. Carlos, and I'm going to say his real name, Brad Carlson. He's not listening here. He sat down on my drum kit, the one of them I had made, and he was like, "Oh, this is what I've been hearing." That was fun. That was very flat. I was very flattered to have that happen. But this time I didn't see anybody famous there, but it was a great time nonetheless. It's turned into a huge show. It's called the Chicago Drum Show, and it's huge. It used to be very small, but it's in this huge place now, and they fill it up. But what's next? Can you see that one, Corey Rummel? I've been Bianca.
I've been wanting to get out to an off-road park called Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch there in Missouri. Hopefully one of these days. Maybe you're familiar with the area, Roxy.
Yeah.
I don't know that one, but I'm gonna have to look it up because if you know it and I don't, then I'm gonna have to know it.
Have you ever heard of Bug Tussle or Pixley or any of those towns down in Hooterville? Any of that stuff down there? You know where I took that from, don't you? I don't know. Maybe you're not old enough. Do you remember the Beverly Hillbillies and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love
Green
the
Acres
Beverly.
and all those things? Yeah. What was
Mm.
the other one?
It's a place to be.
Yeah, right. So I think it's interesting when to talk to different people or people where let me try this in English. To talk to people who have lived in different places and how they compare where they came from to where they're at now, and then almost like, do you have any regrets that it took you so long to get there? You say, I wish I would have been here 20 years ago.
I'm gonna say I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Colorado, I've lived in Tennessee, Missouri, Ohio.
Mhm.
And so far, my favorite place has been Colorado. And I was in Durango, in a little town called Hermosa, which means in Spanish beautiful, off $1 Million Highway. And it was the most absolutely beautiful place to be in the world. There was a steam engine train that ran through, and people were just generally nice and down to earth.
Yeah.
And all the places I've ever been, I'm going to say I'm going to end up there. I'm going to end up back there.
You going back? That's
I'm
cool.
going back.
You know, I've heard that from my coworker. My coworker for a long time lived in Arizona, and she said she wants to make it back there one day.
Even the weather, their monsoon season, it'll rain for 15 minutes each day at 3:00 exactly on the dot, and then you get it out of the way and it's done.
Nice. Your plants get watered for the day. You don't have to worry about it.
Yep. You go in and you come back out.
Nice.
Your clock by it. Bianca, how about you? How do you you ever feel like, boy, I wish I'd have grown up down here if you like it that much or what?
Yeah, no. I mean, there's so many, I think, benefits to Mustang 774, says Bunny Carlos from Cheap Trick. Awesome. I was at a Cheap Trick ZZ Top concert 2 weeks ago here in Newfoundland.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
The only member in ZZ Top that didn't have a beard was his last name was Beard.
Frank Beard. Yeah. Yeah. That was funny.
That's ironic.
So you living down here, say that again. I kind of missed part of the first part.
No, that's okay. Going back to that. I would say there's a lot of benefits to living in to having small town life. You know, I think you get to experience a little bit more as far as maybe freedom goes, you know, like places you can ride your bike and places you can walk to and be safe.
Yeah.
And I think the school systems too are a lot different here than they are in the city.
How about the shopping? How about the shopping?
Ooh,
Are you a girly girl that likes to go to the shops and try on?
When you go to school and you're right on State Street in downtown Chicago and you've got all those really nice stores.
They're there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I miss that. Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Like Saks Fifth Avenue and all those.
I do. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. All those shops on State Street. Yeah. I miss that so much. But I I don't have places to wear those things anymore. So it's not that bad.
Well, there's that. Yeah. You have to be able to wear them somewhere. They just hang in your closet. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm in jeans and whatever all day. It's nice. It's nice.
Me.
I'm used to it. Yeah.
Jeans and my boots. I love my boots.
Corey Rummel, I hear Arizona is beautiful. Let's see, what is it? I've been wanting to go canoeing down the Salt River near Phoenix, and I do know where the Salt River's at. Yeah. That's a cool river.
Yeah, there are a lot of rivers where I see videos and they're just like these mountains and canyons all around there, and people are just boating and just having a good old time. And it's just like, oh my God, the views.
Yeah.
It's like not your ordinary river. It's so cool to have those views.
It absolutely is. And I think that's the big trick about going outside. Not trick, I should say. That's the beauty of going outside. Like all the natural beauty that exists out there. Absolutely. Well, we are winding down here on time. I think I've had fun. I've had fun interviewing you guys. And this was not a planned show, but I liked it. I liked it just the same. I think this is a lot of fun. We should do this again sometime. We just come on and chit chat and get to know the people that are in front of you and behind the scenes as well. So
yes, yes, we appreciate you, Roxy.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, Roxy. Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors for bringing to tonight's show. And Bianca, I'm going to let you read those, if you will.
Yes, and our sponsors, Campground Views, Rutabaga Paddle Sports, Novacraft Canoe, and that would be all of that.
That's it for tonight. Yeah, you betcha. Well, be sure to tune in for next week's episode, Youngest American Woman to Summit Everest, who was on, Good Morning America last Friday. So she's going to be on with us next week.
That will be very exciting. I'm super pumped for that interview. That's probably going to be at least on my list of amazing interviewees. That'll be great.
Yeah, Miss Lucy Westlake is her name, so she'll be on with us next Wednesday.
Yeah, so be prepared if you guys have any questions too. Be sure to tune in.
Absolutely. Well, until then, thank you for tuning into the Camping Show. This is C.W. Getz.
And I'm Bianca C.W.
Reminding you,
learn more.
Do more. See you next week.
Bye-bye, guys.